Alright, we do folks. Boy, Marcos on 205 numbers after the name. A little Black Ops beta. Nope, not a little Black Ops beta. A little Modern Warfare beta, man. I guess we'll get the Black Ops beta next year, right? Black Ops 5 apparently next year. That's like apparently what the work is, what the Royale on the street is. The big question left for this game, right? The big question I have for Modern Warfare is the Battle Royale mode. It's been rumored, it's been talked about, it's been mined in some files. I find it extremely interesting. It's been quiet. There really hasn't been necessarily a leak at all about it. There hasn't been an official address about it. So this leads me to think a couple things, and I could be wrong, I could be right, but it's at least what I think. So, one is that it just doesn't exist, right? Like, that's kind of the easiest one to be like. Because why in the world... Well, there's two reasons here. Why in the world wouldn't you be putting that out, like, before the game comes out, that there's, like, a Battle Royale mode? Because, like, that's, like, huge right now. My only other reason why you wouldn't put it out necessarily to contradict that is, you know, if you were to announce a Battle Royale, it'd bury everything else. Like, if you were to announce the Battle Royale mode, no one's going to care about the multiplayer. No one's going to care about Spec Ops. I wouldn't say nobody, but a lot of people won't care about that. I feel, I don't have the numbers, but I feel there has to be a substantial more amount of people that play Blackout over the Black Ops 4 multiplayer, for example. I know, I'm definitely one of them. I rarely go to the multi. I play I was going to say the ground war. The hardcore, like, where, like, you don't have, like, any specialist abilities. That I do play, because I think I like Black Ops 4 multiplayer. I just, the specialist thing is something I'm over with, which is a huge positive for this game. No specialists. Thank you. I was like, I'm good. I don't need to be walking through this room right now and just get, like, electrocuted by a Tempest or something and be like, what just happened? Like, oh, he's played the game already for 2 minutes, like, so he has this, like, super weapon. Alright, word. Not the kind of stuff I'm about. I understand why they did it. I understand, like, the whole hero shoot aspect of it. I get it, but I'm not about it, which is why I don't play, like, those games. And that's why I don't need those games in this game. Either way. So, that's kind of my only, like, theory as to why, if you have a multiplayer mode you haven't announced it yet, is because you'd be worried about it burying everything else. Having said that, that's kind of still, like, a weird theory. The other idea that I have, and I think the more realistic one, is if they are doing this Battle Royale mode, I feel like they probably just... It's still in the works. Like, it's not coming out. Like, it's going to be, like, free-to-play or something on, like, the side. It's going to be, like, officially part of the game, but, like, free-to-play, separate, coming later, like, in January or something. We need, like, some more time to, like, polish it out. Battle Royale is a beast. Like, you just don't, like, make this thing up in, like, 2 seconds. That's kind of my theory about it. And it'll be free to play, and they'll probably pump out a ton of, like, supply drops and stuff like that into that, and maybe even, like, try to sell you at first that, like, only supply drops for that, and then eventually, like, they'll be like, oh yeah, supply drops in this game too. But, like, at first they'll at least be like, yo, only supply drops in the Battle Royale mode, but not in this. I would personally, and I think it might piss people off though, because we paid for the game, but I would definitely strongly consider making Blackout free to play and just having it as an option on this, or maybe even, I guess you don't even have to, since it's a different game. Like, I would have to make it like free to play or something that you can have digitally, and just literally have it be an option, like, in the menu here. So, like, when you go to multiplayer, when you go to you know, Spec Ops, when you go to campaign, you can also just go to Blackout, and that's it. That's like what we'll continue as, like, our Battle Royale mode. I would do that, but it's obviously it's a different company. Well, it's the same company. Well, it's a different company, but the same company. You already know how the Call of Duty stuff works. So I don't know what you're kind of telling the Infinity Ward team when you're telling them, like, hey man, put, like, you know, the Treyarch, like, Battle Royale mode in your game. Like, we need that, like, to pump that up. It'd also be kind of crappy to not get, like, another map. I always thought we'd get another Blackout map. Like, we got Alcatraz, but, like, that was, like, kind of like a side mode thing. I always thought we'd get, like, another proper map. Instead, they've kind of made alterations to the current map, which is cool. I don't have any problem with that, but it's different. I always thought we'd get, like, another option, and I don't think that's even, like, remotely on the table. Like, I don't even think that's something. I'd like to say, like, hey, you know, now that, like, this other game's coming out, maybe in the game's 1-year anniversary, it'll be like, oh, by the way, here's, like, Blackout 2, like, you know, here's Whiteout, you know, like, I just don't even think that's, like, even remotely on the table. I think they'll just be like, hey man, we flooded the map again, and you're like, oh no, like, who the hell needs that? By the way, when we, like, if they do, which I assume they'll do, like map, like weather related like changes and stuff like that, please, for the love of God, don't do flooded anything. Oh my goodness, they flooded the jungle in Blackout. I haven't played it though. I'm not gonna lie, I have not played it. I gotta play it before I judge it. But it is like the last thing I want to play. I'm just like, yo, who said we needed to flood the jungle? Like, what the? And when they flooded the Blackout map, man, that thing was like, yo, like, what are we doing? Like, all right, so I just didn't go to Factory for like a month. I was like, well, there's nothing really to go there for. It's just a bunch of water. Like, I just run like really slow. Like, not about any weather changes that make you go slow. The Sandstorm one was pretty annoying as well, like on Arsenal and stuff when they did that. But whatever, I can honestly get down with that one a little bit. The night and day ones are cool. I like those. I'm all for the night and day ones. I'm even for if you had rain, that's fine. But the flooding, no, man, come on, dude. And like this lady's up there, was like, we flooded the jungle, and I'm like, that is a horrible decision. Like what? Like when I played the jungle map, which is my favorite Blackout map, Black Ops 1 map, to be clear about that. I never thought, you know what this needs? Go slower and more water. Like that's like what I think about. No one likes water levels. Let's keep it 100. Let's just keep it 100 right here, yo. We're gonna sidetrack over here. Nobody likes water levels. The best water levels I've ever played in a video game are probably in Donkey Kong Country, and even then they still have some weird little swimming mechanics. And the reason why they're so good is because David Wise made some like amazing music for it that I still blast to this day, and that aquatic ambience, and that's kind of a saving grace. Outside of that, I really don't know too many other water levels that like kind of work. Maybe Abzu, because it's like the whole game. But like, throw more water and stuff isn't necessarily a solution. So that's kind of my theories as to why like we haven't heard about the Battle Royale mode. I just don't think it's ready for when the game comes out, and then I think it'll come later, and it'll be like a huge push for the game. So I think maybe the initial push of the game is like, yo, here's Modern Warfare, it's back, it's beasted, blah blah blah, and then maybe it comes out October, maybe December. We like hear this like about this Battle Royale mode. Maybe come me like first thing 2020, we're dropping the Battle Royale mode into the game. Maybe it's if you already bought the game, you already have it kind of deal. Maybe it's not even free to play. It's just like, oh, you already bought the game, then you have access to it. We'll see, but something along those lines. The things I'm worried about for the Battle Royale mode is what kind of map are we talking about here? That like, I mean, let's say it's Blackout levels of like, you know, the easy thing for me would be like, you make Blackout but with Modern Warfare maps, right? So like we have Rust in there, we have Terminal in there, and you know stuff like that kind of like sprinkled in. That kind of makes it easy, but that also means it's gonna be a very like just monotone map, like color-wise. Like one of the things that make Blackout so it's just visually appealing to me. Like I play it and I'm like, yo, like the colors bounce off the TV. It's kind of like why I prefer Treyarch over like Infinity Ward. I mean, this is a much more realistic interpretation, probably, of things right here that we're playing right now, for example, in this beta. But, like, do I want a huge map that is just gray and, like, just brown and kind of, like, a little bit more color than sepia? I'm not sure. Not sure if I really need that in my life. And also the time to kill. I need answers on that, because I mean it's one thing to play a little multiplayer game where you run around and you just die so quickly. It's another thing to play Battle Royale mode and like be invested for like 20 minutes in the game and then just have some guy go and then you're just like dead and you just stay like, what the hell? So the time to kill definitely has to be played around with for the Battle Royale mode. But those are my thoughts. Let me know about yours.